Hi, welcome back to Believer Science Academy. This is the everyday previous year question paper analysis, and today we will be discussing 2023 CSE Prelims question paper. Yesterday we already discussed about polity questions from 2023 paper. Today we will be focusing on history part. Okay, so in history, as we already discussed, ancient and medieval and modern plus art and culture. Okay, we will discuss all these topics together. And in the 2023 paper there were around 15 questions from these parts. So we will discuss what are the questions and what are the solutions as well, and we will also try to analyze how we could have answered these questions. Okay, so without the delay we will start with the discussion. So first one is history. So the question is, question number 1 was, which of the following regions was Dhanyakataka, which flourished as a prominent Buddhist center under Mahasanghikas located? Okay, Dhanyakataka was located at which center? Okay, again, as I discussed in 2024 previous year analysis discussion, Buddhism and Jainism, two of the most important and favorite topics of UPSC, you can say. At least every year in prelims you can expect at least 2 questions from these topics. Okay, some questions are easy, you can attend those questions, and some questions are very difficult, even the Buddhist or Jains cannot attend those questions. Okay, but these kind of questions, the questions here is asking about Dhanyakataka. These kind of questions, these are like, if you have any basic idea about ancient history, you could easily guess this answer. Okay, these are like a bonus questions for you. Okay, these are like not to miss questions. So the correct answer here is A, Andhra Pradesh. So options were A, Andhra, B, Gandhara, C, Kalinga, D, Magadha. Okay, so Andhra is the only southern kingdom in this one, and Gandhara is in present day Pakistan, Afghanistan. Kalinga, Odisha, Magadha is present day Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, that region. Okay, so Dhanyakataka, it is a town in Andhra Pradesh in southeastern India, present day Amaravati, where Sakyamuni Buddha taught the heart essence from Kalachakra Dharma to Sambhala kings. Okay, so it is very significant place for Buddhist. So Amaravati, Dharanikota became a capital of Kota chiefs for the 3rd century, third time in history. According to an inscription found in the temple Velapuru in Guntur, Amaravati was described as follows. Okay, so Amaravati was also called as this way. There is a city named Sri Dhanyakataka, which is superior to the city of the gods, and where the temple of Sambhu named Amareshwara is worshipped by the lord of the gods Indra, where the god Buddha worshipped by the creator is quite close by, and whereby the very lofty Chaitya well decorated with various sculptures. Okay, so it is talking about the city of Dhanyakataka, which is present day Amaravati. They are saying it is a city greater than the city of gods. Okay, which also reveals that the stupa was in a good state as its existence. Okay, Dhanyakataka, present day Amaravati, it hosted Amaravati stupa, which was one of the largest stupas in India during that time. But presently it is like, because of various issues and various expansions, it has been demolished, but now it has been renovated. Okay, but not in its original form. Now, second question, with reference to ancient India, consider the following statements. Okay, the concept of stupa is Buddhist in origin. Stupa was generally repository of relics. Stupa was a votive and commemorative structure of Buddhist tradition. So the correct explanation is 2 only, because the concept of stupa, it is pre-Buddhist. If you learnt about Buddhism and the architectures related to Buddhism, there are mainly 3 architecture which comes under Buddhism. One is stupa, then comes Chaitya, then comes Vihara. Okay, so this Vihara, as the name suggests, it is for residence where the Buddhist monks can rest, and then this Chaitya, it is the prayer hall. This stupa, originally it was a place built on the relics of a Buddhist monks. Initially it was built on the relics of Gautama Buddha, once Gautama Buddha, Lord Gautama Buddha died, his bones and other ashes were taken to different parts of the world, and they were buried under the ground. On top of those, stupas were erected. For example, Bodhi stupa was erected on Buddha's Buddha's relics, and then Colombo stupa was also erected on Buddha's toenail or something, and then Sanchi stupa, different relics were erected. And later, since the Buddha's death, later the stupas is erected on the relics of Buddhist monks. Okay, so the statement one is wrong. Second one is, it is a generally repository of relics. This statement is correct. Third one is, stupa was votive and commemorative structure in the Buddhist tradition. This is also correct. So the word stupa, it is mentioned in Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, and Ojaseni Samhita, Tatriya Samhita, Panchavimsata Brahmana. Meaning these were present during the Vedic times. During the Vedic times, between first century, okay, so first century BC, like around 1000 BC. Okay, Buddha was born around 450 BC, and whereas this Vedic tradition was present from around 1000 BC. Okay, Vedic Vedic civilization is the immediate civilization to industrial civilization. Industrial civilization died out around from 2500 to around 1750 BC was the time period of industrial civilization. From then to 1000 BC, it was around civilization of Vedic civilization. Okay, so Rig Veda refers to stupa raised by the king Varuna above the forest in a place having no foundation. The word Yetsuka is also used in the same sense in Rig Veda. Probably by then anything raised on the ground like a heap or pile might have been known as a stupa. Okay, and then the practice of preserving remains of an important personality below the accumulated earth was in long existence. Buddhist art adopted this practice, and the structured builds over the site are known as stupa. Okay, so initially, like even now these days, whenever a person is died, like on top of him there will be samadhis built on this one. So these are basically samadhis. They gave a different name, that is called as stupa. The Buddhist texts like Avadana Satakam, Mahavadana, Stupa mentions the above commemorative aspects of stupa, where the even in the Jain literatures like Raya Panasaniya Sutta refers to it. Probably the later period, due to the deep desire for common mass worship, the Lord for the sake of salvation, stupa acquired a votive character as well. Okay, so both statements are correct. Initially it was not votive in nature, but later because of mass appeal, so they wanted more people to worship the stupas, so they attached it to the votive motive, like votive appeal. Okay, and then question number 3, with reference to ancient South India, Korkai, Pumpuar, Muchiri were well known as A. capital cities, B. ports, C. center of iron and steel making, D. shrines of Jain Tirthankaras. These are the cities in South India which have mentioned in Sangam literature. Sangam literature as the famous port cities. So here the correct answer is B. So first we will understand different cities there. Korkai was a port city of early Pandyas, situated in the banks of Thambirabani near Bay of Bengal. Okay, so trade with Ganges Valley as well as the ancient Roman civilization flourished in the port city. Periplus of Erythraean Sea, okay, which is a maritime guidebook written in the 1st century AD, mentions Korkai along with the port towns of Tamil Nadu. It is a port town of Tamil Nadu. And then is Pumpuhar. Pumpuhar is a town in the Mayiladuthurai district in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. It was a flourishing ancient port city known as Kaveri Pumpittanam or Kaveri Pattanam, which for a while served as the capital of early Chola kings in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and then there is Muchiri port or Mujiris. Mujiri is Kodungallur or Mujiris as Muchiri is a town and municipality in the Thrissur district presently, and was known in the ancient time as Mahodayapuram, Shinkli, Muchiri, Mujiri or Muriyakundam. Okay, so the traders mentions Kodungallur as a port of lot names Muchiri, Motokai, Mahabodhapuriam, etc., and the popular name is called by Greek in the Romans and Greek traders as Mujiris. Okay, popular known as Mujiris, but it has been known by various names. So the correct answer is B, ports. Okay, if we have learnt about post Mauryan period, okay, post Mauryan period and Sangama period, you would know this paper, you would know this question easily. Okay, those are some of the important cities which act as a port cities for trade and commerce with Roman and Greek civilization. And then question number 4, which one of the following explains the practice of Vattu Kiruttal as mentioned in Sangam poems? Okay, this one along with Buddhism and Jainism, Sangam. Okay, Sangam literature is another important and favorite topic for UPSC in ancient India. Okay, every other year there will be questions from Sangam literature. So do have a look about Sangam literature and important poets or important places mentioned in that one. So which one of the following explains the practice of Vattu Kiruttal as mentioned in Sangam poems? Kings employing women bodyguards, learned persons assembling in royal courts to discuss religious and philosophical matters. C, young girls keeping watch over agricultural fields and driving away birds and animals. A king defeated in battle committing ritual suicide by starving himself to the death. So the correct answer is D. Okay, Vattu Kiruttal. Vattu Kiruttal was a Tamil ritual of fasting till death. It was especially widespread during the Sangam age. The Tamil kings, in order to save their honor and prestige, were prepared to meet their death by facing north. That is Vattu Kiruttal, and never would they turn their back in the battle. So this was either done alone or as a group with the supports of captured king. So this is similar to another tradition which is present in Jainism, that is Salhekana. So the purpose of Salhekana was to attain moksha. In order to attain moksha, the Jainis or Chinese monks used to commit suicide by fasting till death. Okay, but whereas here the intention behind Vattu Kiruttal was to achieve honor and prestige. Okay, but the practice were same. Question number 5, consider the following dynasties: Hoysala, Gahadwala, Kakatiya and Yadavas. How many of the above dynasties established their kingdoms in the early 8th century AD? Okay, so the correct answer here is none of the above. All these kingdoms, Hoysala, Gahadwala, Kakatiya, Yadava kingdoms, were started from 10th century to 14th centuries. Okay, so early 8th century means around the time period of 700 AD. Okay, 700 AD. During this time, India was ruled by Rajputs. Okay, this time India was ruled by Harsha. Okay, around 600 AD it was ruled by Harsha, and there is a historical vacuum created during 600 to 700 AD period. So there are no significant kingdoms which are ruling during that time period. So Hoysalas was one of the powerful forces that ruled parts of southern India between 10th to 14th century. The capital of Hoysala was initially located at Belur, but then moved to Halebeedu, which was also called as Dwara Samudra. And the reign of Hoysala Empire led to development of South Indian art, architecture and religion, and its legacy lies mainly in Hoysala architecture. Okay, these Hoysalas are very important from UPSC because in 2024 Hoysala architecture in Belur and Halebeedu was included in UNESCO World Heritage Set, which was a question previously asked already. In 2024 this question has been asked. And then Gahadwala, it is a Rajput dynasty, was a dynasty, one of the many ruling families of North India on the eve of Muslim conquest in the 12th and 13th century. So in history, reigning between the second half of 11th century and mid 13th century, illustrate the features of early medieval North Indian polity, dynastic hostilities and alliances, feudal state structure, absolute dependence on Brahminical social ideology, and vulnerability in the face of external aggression. These are the common characteristics of kingdoms before the conquest of Muslims in India. Okay, these are the characteristics which made Muslims conquer India easily, comparatively easily. And then Yadavas and Kakatiyas, the history of South India from 13th to 15th century presents two distinct phases. Beginning of 20th century is marked by disintegration of Chola and the Chalukya empires. On the reigns emerged the four independent kingdoms. There were Pandyas and the Hoysalas in the south, Kakatiyas and Yadavas in the north of this region. Okay, so the correct answer here is D, none of the above. And second one is sixth one, with reference to ancient India, consider the following pairs: literary work and other. So Devi Chandragupta, Bilhana, Hammira Mahakavya, Naya Chandra Suri, Milinda Panha, Nagarjuna, Niti Vakyamitra, Somadeva Suri. So the correct answer here is B only. Devi Chandragupta, it is a story about Chandragupta and Rani Devi, about how about the love story of Chandragupta and Chandragupta I and Devi, and it was written by Vishaka Datta. And then Hammira Mahakavya, it was written by Naya Chandra Suri, okay, and then Milinda Panna, it was written by Nagarjuna, and Niti Vakyamitra, it was written by Milinda Panna, it was not written by Nagarjuna, but it was written by Nagasena Bhikshu. So this Milinda Panha, it is also called as Nagasena Bhikshu Sutra, and this Milinda Panna, where the questions asked by Milinda to Nagasena about Buddhism, and the answers and questions of Milinda and conversation between those two people are mentioned in this Milinda Panna. And then Niti Vakyamitra, it was written by Somadeva Suri. So 1 and 3 are wrong, but other 2 are correct. So only 2 is the correct answer. And then 7th one, again a question related to Buddhism and Jainism. Souls are not only property of animals and plant life, but also of rocks, running water, and many other natural objects not looked on by as living organisms or living by other religious sects. The above statement reflects one of the core beliefs of each of the following religious sects in ancient India, meaning souls are not only present in animals or plant life, but they are also present in rocks, running water, and many other natural objects that are not looked on as a living being by other sects. Okay, so the statement or the philosophy was present in Jainism. So as Jains see it, all beings are animated by Jiva, that is soul. A modern day Jain teacher, Gurudeva Chitrabhavu, writes, the universe is not for humanity alone, it is a field of evolution for all living beings. Life is sacred, irrespective of not only caste, color, creed, or nationality, but also specifies all levels, right down to the tiny ant and the humble worm. There are souls in non-mobile bodies such as earth, water, fire, air, and plants, all of which have but one sense, and that is the sense of touch. And there are souls in mobile bodies, the worm with the 2 senses, taste and touch, or like ant with the 3, touch, taste, and smell, the bee with the 4, that is touch, taste, smell, and sight, and the animal with 5, that is touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. So they say that immovable, like a non-mobile subjects have only one sense, that is touch, and then other things that senses goes on increasing with culminating in human beings and animals having 5 senses. So the correct answer is B, that is Jainism. And then who among the medieval, this is a question from medieval history, who among the following rulers of Vijayanagara Empire constructed large dam across Tungabhadra river and Kanakalam, aqueduct several kilometers long from the river to the capital city. So the correct answer here is statement is option A, that is Devaraya I. Devaraya I constructed a Tungabhadra dam on Tungabhadra and irrigated cities and villages with canals from this dam. Okay, any question related to irrigation during Vijayanagara period, your answer should be Devaraya I. Okay, so here Mallikarjuna, Veeraraya, Virupaksha, these are important kings, but they didn't have any impact on the either administration or the polity of Vijayanagara kingdom. So very important rulers are Devaraya 1, 2, and then Sri Krishna Devaraya, then Aliya Ramaraya. Any issue might have happened in these kings only, whereas Sri Krishna Devaraya focused on conquest, focused on administration, and Aliya Ramaraya focused on consolidation and his fight with Bahmanis. Devaraya 1 is the one who is focused on betterment of people. So the correct answer here is Devaraya 1. And then another question with respect to medieval history. Who among the following rulers of medieval Gujarat surrendered Diu to Portuguese? A. Ahmad Shah, B. Muhammad Shah, C. Bahadur Shah, D. Muhammad Shah. Okay, Mahmud Bagara and D. Bahadur Shah. The correct answer is C. Bahadur Shah. So in the 16th century, as the Gujarat was ruled by Sultans of Gujarat. Okay, and during that time, Bahadur Shah, he came under immense pressure when his kingdom was invaded by the second Mughal emperor Humayun. So at that juncture, he decided to remain on conciliatory terms with the Portuguese, who had arrived in India at the end of 15th century and were at the time an energetic and ambitious maritime power. So in 1534, Shah signed the Treaty of Bassein with Portuguese, ceding Diu to latter, as well as other territories of his empire such as Vasai and the islands that today far from Mumbai. The Portuguese obtained Daman from Shah in 1559. Okay, unfortunately, one of the governors of Portuguese, I guess Albuquerque, he was the one who killed this Bahadur Shah. He made him drown in the sea, drown in the ocean till he is dead. Okay, so that is history of modern India, or early medieval, later medieval period or early modern period. And here is the question from modern India, that is, by which one of the following acts was the Governor General of Bengal was designated as the Governor General of India? So here options are regulating Pitt's India Charter Act and Charter Act of 1833. So initially in the Pitt's India Act, Governor General was made, and in Charter Act, Governor General was called as Governor General of Bengal. Okay, from Governor General of Bengal to, in 1833, he was called as Governor General of India, and the first Governor General of India was Sir William Bentinck. Okay, William Bentinck. So the correct answer here is D. Okay, initially it was just Governor General, and then Governor General of Bengal, and then Governor General of India, and in 1858 Act, then it was turned into Governor General of India into Viceroy. Okay, Viceroy in the sense royal representative of the vice. Okay, then the act was the final step towards centralization in British India. It made Governor General of Bengal as Governor General of India and vested him with the civil and military powers. The Governor Generals of Madras and Bombay were very much subordinate to this Governor General of Bengal, that is Governor General of India now. The correct answer is D. And then there is a question about history of India. Question is, with reference to Indian history, Alexander Rea, E.H. Longus, Robert Sewell, James Burgess and Walter Elliot were associated with A. Archaeological excavations, establishment of English press in colonial India, establishment of churches in princely states, construction of railways in colonial India. Even if you knew none of the names, you must have heard about Robert Sewell. Okay, Robert Sewell is the person who wrote a book on Vijayanagara Empire. So he was one of a very chief excavationist in India. So he was the archaeological excavations. So these are the people who belong to archaeological excavations. So option A, Alexander Rea, a British archaeologist who worked in India, was known as unearthing treasures of over 9,000 objects in Adichanaluru, that is present in Tamil Nadu. And then H. Longus was an archaeological associated with the excavation of Chandraketugar in Bengal. And Robert Sewell was a collector and magistrate of Madras Presidency in colonial India. Like many civil servants and Indologists of those times, he was a scholar in history. He was also in charge of archaeological department. And James Burgess was the founder of Indian Antiquary in 1872 and an important archaeologist of India in the 19th century. And then there is Walter Elliot. He was a Scottish civil servant in India, archaeologist, numismatist, and then a collector. He was the person who excavated Amaravati in 1845. Some of his excavated pieces remain to this day in collections of the government museum at Madras. Okay, so comparatively kind of easier question. You could have easily guessed the question answer there. And then consider the following pairs. Match the following type of question. Site and what it is well known for. Besanagar, Shaivite cave shrine. Bhaja, Buddhist cave shrine. Sittanavasa, Jain Shaiva. So the correct answer here is B, that is Besanagar is significant because of Heliodorus pillar. Okay, Heliodorus pillar, that is Heliodorus is a Greek ambassador who was visiting India during that period. He issued a Besanagar pillar where he called himself Parama Bhagavata, meaning he is the chief, he is one of the great devotees of Lord Krishna. So Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. So it is not a Shaivite but a Vaishnavite. So a stone column that was erected around 113 BC in central India in Besanagar. The pillar was called the Garuda standard by Herodotus, referring the deity Garuda as well as Krishna. So 1 is incorrect. So Bhaja caves, second one, is a group of 22 rock cuts dating back to 2nd century BC, located in the city of Pune in India. Okay, these caves are 400 feet above the village of Bhaja at an important ancient trade route running from the Arabian Sea to eastwards. The inscriptions and the cave temple are protected monument as a national importance. It belongs to early Buddhist schools in Maharashtra. So the statement number 2 is correct. Third one is Sittanavasal caves, or it is also called as Arivor Koil. Arivor Koil, it is located 16 kilometers from Padukottai town in Tamil Nadu. It is famous for rock cut caves, also known for paintings of Jain temples. So statement like third pair is also correct. Okay, only one is wrong, that is first one, because it is not Shaivite, instead it is a Vaishnavite. Then question number 63, 13 or 14. This the question here is statement 1, 7th August is declared as National Handloom Day. Statement 2, it was in 1905 that the Swadeshi movement was launched on the same day. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and the statement 2 correctly explains the statement number 1. Okay, so National Handloom Day is observed every day on 7th August with the objective of honoring the handloom weavers and creating awareness about the importance of handloom industry in the social development of nation and to promote handloom industry. Hence statement 1 is correct. August 7 was designated to celebrate National Handloom Day to memorize the Swadeshi movement. Therefore, there is a strong connection between National Handloom Day and Swadeshi movement. And statement 2 is correct. Okay, so it is on the same day that Swadeshi movement was launched. Okay, what is Swadeshi? Swadeshi movement is organized refusal of everything that is British. It was started in 1905. Okay, after Bengal separation. Okay, after Bengal separation, like extremist leaders of INC started Swadeshi movement in 1905. That is organized refusal of everything that is British, so that the also like administration becomes impossible. So this is about history. Hope the class was useful for you. Okay, so this is one of the toughest subjects, toughest question papers in recent years, but compared to polity, compared to history, compared to geography and compared to economy and other subjects, history questions from history were relatively easier. Okay, if you see, you could have easily guessed the answers, and not many questions were about statement wise. Most of the questions were direct answers only, so you could have guessed, like out of the 13 questions you could have easily gotten 10 correct. So okay, so this is about 2023 UPSC PYQ regarding history. If you have any doubts, do write in the comment box. If you have any suggestions, you can also write that in the comment box. If you like the video, hit on the like button and comment on it, and also share with your friends. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.